The power of BTS, the power of ARMY. Again, when we come together, there's nothing that can stop us. There's nothing that we can't do. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here back today with another video, ladies and gentlemen. And today we are going to be talking about something that has currently taken place in the world of BTS and ARMY that I feel like we definitely need to talk about. Something that I wasn't honestly aware of until, shout out to the homegirl Sky. She is a personal friend and a co-worker of mine that I work with, and she is actually somebody who wasn't into BTS until I started showing her certain songs, and she's grown to love them, and she is now going to be seeing BTS in concert in Arlington like your boy. So I've added another ARMY to the list, ladies and gentlemen. But shout out to the homegirl Sky. She actually brought this to my attention, and this is something that, sorry, I've been gone for a couple of days, but I wasn't aware of until now. I've kind of just been in the dark, not feeling well, and just been really busy. It was just now until like today that this was brought to my attention that I felt like we needed to talk about this. So something happened in Chile that has caused a lot of controversy and a lot of armies to act together to protest because the government of Chile was actually going to cancel the 3 sold out dates for BTS when they go to perform there. And the reason for it is actually a little bit ridiculous, in my opinion, if we're being completely honest, because there are lots of ways and or reasons, because even though I guess it could be seen as a reasonable way to cancel an event, it's ridiculous that this is coming up now, and it's ridiculous that it's even coming up at all at this point. Now, as you can see here, I just kind of brought it up just as a quick summary for you guys, for those of you guys that don't know, or if any of you have any additional information, please leave those comments in the comment section down below. But armies took to the streets, y'all, after finding this out. The armies protesting in Chile refers to the hundreds of dedicated BTS fans known as ARMY, obviously, who held massive peaceful. I want to make that point very clear. Peaceful. This isn't some form of protest where buildings were being, destroyed, cars were being tipped over, fires are being started. Like, armies did not lash out, even though, don't get me wrong, I lived in this location just to find out that the concert was being canceled because of something so ridiculous, in my opinion, that we're about to discuss. I probably would have gone out there to protest as well. But I want to make it very, very clear. Peaceful, right? We could easily have lashed out, acted out, been negative, but that makes armies look bad. That makes BTS look bad. It's not professional. It's not ethical. It'd be ridiculous to act in that way or fashion, even though you kind of probably want to. Their point got across without having to go as far as to act in violence, right? To cause a major uproar that may cause potential harm to buildings, vehicles, or even people. They decided, as armies do, peaceful protests, and it definitely looked like it has paid off. Which again, not only shows the power of ARMY, the power of BTS, but when we come together, and in this case, peacefully, you definitely can make a change. But armies held a massive peaceful demonstration in Santiago and other cities. They took to the streets to protest the government's cancellation of BTS's 3 sold out October concerts at the National Stadium. Protesters marched to, oh my God, excuse my Spanish here, La Moneda Palace, the presidential residence, demanding that the government and organizers find a solution to keep the concerts at the original venue. The protests erupted after the National Sports Institute declined to authorize the use of the stadium. Authorities cited technical concerns, claiming that the group's massive 360-degree stage, weighing an estimated 600 tons, would damage the stadium's hybrid playing field. The government also criticized the concert's promoter for selling tickets before securing the final stadium approval. Fans were outraged because over 180,000 tickets had already been sold, and no other venue in or near Santiago can accommodate an audience of that size. Here's my problem with this now coming up. First of all, we're just what 3 months out from these concerts taking place. If I remember correctly, the tickets for this tour started going on sale back in January. Now they may be like, Martin, we don't really exactly know. There were pictures that were starting to come out of what exactly the stage might look like, but until you actually see it, you don't get the idea of how big, right, and how grand this stage actually is until you've seen it in person and or can find the measurements, right? The size of it, the weight of it. Okay, well then I will give you that, right? Maybe they didn't quite know the magnitude of how big this stage was going to be and or the potential damage that it could have caused to the stadium. However, they have been on tour since like March. There's been plenty of time for you to be like, this isn't going to work. The stage is too big and we don't want to cause any damage to the field or any other parts of the stadium, whatever the reasoning obviously was. You've had until then to say, we're not going to do this. You're now waiting like 2.5 to 3 months outside of the concert. Because remember, we're already in July. August, September, October, just 3 months out from the concert date, you now want to cancel the concerts. 180,000 mad individuals. I'm not even in this region or location, right? And I'm pissed off for you. Again, peacefully, but when you see videos like this, right? The power of army, when armies get together, again, we can do amazing things, and amazing things they did, because as far as my understanding is, they were able to change the mind of the government, and the government is now going to allow BTS to perform. But look at all the sea of people getting together to protest. Again, I want to stretch it again, peacefully. 180,000 people upset at the fact that you were going to cancel something that all of us have been looking forward to for a long time. At this point, I'm only like 2.5, almost 3 years into being an army, still technically a baby army. We love the boys so much that any duration of how long you've been an army for does not matter when it comes to something like this. You are upset, you're hurt, and again, so close to the concerts. Like, again, I know it's 3 months, but that's close. This is coming from somebody who is going to see BTS next month, ladies and gentlemen. I've been talking about this since January, and it has come so fast. 3 months is not long at all, and I've learned that with BTS. When it came to last year at New Year's, if there, you could probably go find the clip of me saying, oh, it's gonna 6 months until the boys come out. It's gonna feel like forever. It didn't. They got out of the military. I'm like, oh, their tour, their album, everything's gonna come out next year. It's gonna take forever. It didn't. I got to this New Year's and was like, oh my God, the album comes out in just 3-4 months. It's gonna feel like forever. It didn't. The comeback is in February, on February 20th. That's going to take forever. It didn't. 3 months is not a long time. Again, this is crazy, right? The power of BTS, the power of army. Again, when we come together, there's nothing that can stop us. There's nothing that we can't do. I can't find the words to explain how proud I am to be a part of armies, to be a part of this fandom, right? When you see something like this, to be a part of a community that loves a group of musicians, artists, right? Men who are just so talented, who have changed so many lives. And that's what I see when I see this. I don't see fans who are upset because they're the thought of their favorite group canceling upset them. I see thousands of people whose lives have been impacted by BTS so much that they have to go this far to prove to the government that they want to see BTS, that they need to see BTS. Again, I look out and I just see the thousands of people whose lives who have been impacted by the music and presence of BTS, including myself. There's a point here that I want to make clear. Let's go back to why it was canceled. So the IND, or the National Sports Institute, said that the 360-degree stage weighing an estimated 600 tons was going to cause damage to the hybrid playing field. Let me just say, though, that the amount of money that you are going to bring into your region, to your city, to your country, to whatever, to this specific area, just because BTS is going to be performing here, you can buy, I don't know how many goddamn stadiums. I think El Paso made like, what, 75 million in the weekend that BTS was there? Now, I guess I understand. Well, Martin, that doesn't exactly like solve everybody's problems. Like maybe the stadium is a big part of their culture. I don't know. Maybe it's still true to like how it was when it was first built. Maintenance is one thing, but they don't want to have to redo anything or make changes if they could keep it to its original structure and or build. I get that, maybe. But again, like the amount of it's more than just a stadium here. Like you are bringing foreigners, right? Tourists to your country. And so because of this, there are some people who have already bought plane tickets, who already have hotel reservations that maybe aren't refundable. And these are the things that honestly they don't care to look at and or care about when they decide to like, oh, we're just going to cancel everything. Honestly, it's not even the fact of like people being mad at that. It's the fact that you were going to cancel the concerts, period. Now, they did say the government also criticized the concert promoter for selling tickets before securing final stadium approval. Now, my only problem with that is I don't think they would have sold tickets if they didn't get the approval. But in the event that they didn't get the approval and just started selling tickets willy-nilly, right? You still had several months to bring this to the attention of those who had bought these tickets already. Again, 3 months out, you decide, oh, we're going to cancel them. You've had several months up to this point to say no. When tickets were being sold, you had every moment back in January to be like, sorry, we haven't gotten the approval yet. So just as a heads up, this isn't final. We'll keep you updated. Something like that. You've had so much time to bring this up to the consumer's attention, to Army's attention, and you haven't done it until now. That's the problem that I have with it. You're upset at the fact that, well, we didn't give you the approval to sell these tickets. Yeah, but you didn't give anybody a heads up either that you were just going to start canceling the event. You just said you were going to do it, which then caused these peaceful protests to erupt. Again, the amount of money that is going to be brought in just from BTS alone, you can pay for the damages to your stadium. Like for the field, I'm assuming like that the amount of weight coming from the stage may cause, you will have enough money to fix that issue. Now, again, I know that doesn't make it right, but I also want to say, though, that this has not been a concern for any other stadium. They have performed at multiple stadiums up to this point. Not one complaint about the destruction of the field or whatever the case has even been brought to someone's attention yet about the 360-degree stage, right? Nothing has been brought up to anybody's attention that we know of up to this point, or at least that I don't know of. They've performed at multiple stadiums, the newest of built stadiums like the one in Las Vegas, to a little bit older stadiums like the one in El Paso, and nothing has ever been brought up to anyone's attention. The massive public pressure from Army successfully pushed the government to act. Following the protests, announced that a newly submitted proposal from the local performance organizers compiled with current regulations and ensured the proper use of the stadium, allowing the highly anticipated concerts to proceed. Bravo, and I tip my hat and I applaud all the armies who were able to get their point across peacefully. They made banners, they wore purple, they marched, they sang, they protested peacefully. And because of this, the government acted and they will allow the concerts to proceed as they should. Again, peacefully. But I think it's so cool how they were able to get together very quickly and protest.
No se realiza, estaría frustradísima porque han sido muchos años de espera para tenerlos de vuelta. Los chicos han crecido junto con nosotras, junto con Army. Ellos han recorrido un camino muy lindo para nosotras y siento que sería una desilusión para el público chileno, para todas las Army chilenas.
So I do apologize. Their tickets, it said as where ours went on sale back in January, I feel like, I think I remember. Yeah, back in January, I feel. Their tickets went on sale in April. It's July. And you're just now bringing this up. So even though that case helps you a little bit, it wasn't exactly back in January. It was 4 months or 3 months after that in April. But 3 months ago from today, you could have brought this up back then in April. You're now bringing this up in July. You could have brought this up in May, in June, and it's now being brought up in July. Now, even if this was starting to, the talks were starting to come out back in June, something should have been done back in June. I don't understand, like, the amount of revenue, the amount of people, tourists that are going to be in your country just for these 3 events, the amount of eyes that would be able to see the beautiful country there to see BTS. Like, why would you not want this? I get the potential damages that could be caused to the field, but to me, I don't know. Maybe, and again, maybe it's just me because I'm just a little bit biased here because I am an ARMY and I am a mega super fan of BTS, just like the rest of y'all. So I get it, but I don't at the same time. I don't understand why something like that would be enough for you to be like, we're not doing it anymore. Like, I don't get it. And again, you had since April. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. You had 3 months to say something, and you now choose to do it in July. And when something was said, ARMY acted quickly. And now they will be getting the 3 concerts that they were looking forward to. And I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm proud of them. By day's end, authorities eventually confirmed the show will go ahead as planned at the venue. And you see a group of ARMYs here, or these 2 in particular. Like, I get to see the boys next month. I can't even imagine how quick my heart would sink, how the instant hurt that I would feel if to find out randomly, and knock on wood, oh my God, that in the next couple of days, I'm going to be told, hey, by the way, the Arlington dates, yeah, they're canceled because we don't want to cause damage to the field because their stage weighs a lot. Like Jerry Jones, I will personally march all the way from goddamn Lubbock, Texas to Dallas if it means getting my point across of how much I want to see BTS in Arlington in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Jerry Jones is a man of business. For those of y'all that don't know, he is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys Stadium and the Dallas Cowboy team. He knows what bringing BTS to Arlington and to the Cowboy Stadium is going to do for business. Again, he's a businessman, even if it caused damage to his amazing, beautiful field. But I've been there before. Beautiful, amazing stadium. But even he knows, yeah, I'll take a couple damages if it means bringing in, again, the money. For them, it's about money. For us, it's not. It's about seeing these boys in concert, in person, live. As you heard Homegirl just say a minute ago, like, we have been anticipating this. Some of y'all longer than others, especially like me, who's only been here for 3 years and was here during the middle of the boys' military service. Some of y'all have been waiting 10 times longer than me just to be able to see the boys perform again. So to get news like this is devastating. And and honestly, I don't blame you for being this emotional. I would have been just as emotional as well. So again, I just had to bring this to your guys' attention. I know that most of y'all have probably already seen this. I'm a few days late, so I do apologize, but this was just brought to my attention now. Again, haven't been feeling the best. I've been extremely busy, but I thought I would start off with this. Again, if you don't think that the power of BTS and ARMY is a real thing, trust me, I was there at one point. I wasn't a believer in any of it either. I thought it was, I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think it was this real. It is. It is 100% real. And it's not just ARMYs in this case. ARMYs just happen to be the perfect example of how to handle a situation like this. When you peacefully do something, you can easily spread a message and or have an impact without having to cause harm to, like I said, buildings, vehicles, people. When you can peacefully protest like this with signs, with chants, with singing, with just getting together, you can make an impact. And that's exactly what ARMY did. They made an impact peacefully protesting. They weren't going to take no for an answer, and they got the answer they were looking for, and that was a yes. The concerts will continue and proceed as scheduled. that is going to go ahead and do it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, leave those comments in the comment section down below. How do you feel about this? Anything additional information that you want to give out to your boy, whether it's links to certain articles, things I can further read up on, video links, whatever the case may be, whatever additional information and or comments you have, leave those comments in the comment section down below. Again, do me a big favor, hit the like button, again, comment and subscribe. And until next time, peace.